Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
We were expecting some company at our home tonight, so we just texted and let someone should come and join us at the tent.
Really, mashallah. Hasanat, mashallah. Sadaqa jariyah. Alhamdulillah, awesome. Mashallah. So let's begin, inshallah. Bismillah. Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah. So let us begin with covering ayah 58 to ayah 66, inshallah. So this is where Yusuf alayhi salam, the last ayah that we did, when is ayah 56 and 57, which discuss when Yusuf was given authority. وَكَذَلِكَ مَكَّنَّا لِيُوسُفَ فِي الْأَرْضِ يَتَبَوَّأُ مِنْهَا حَيْثُ يَشَاءُ نَصِيبٌ بِرَحْمَتِنَا مَنْ نَشَاءُ وَلَا نُضِيعُ أَجْرَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ وَلَأَجْرُ الْآخِرَةِ خَيْرٌ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَكَانُوا يَتَّقُونَ. So it says, thus do we give full authority to Yusuf in the land to take possession therein when or where he likes. We bestow our mercy on whom we will, and we make not to be lost the reward of the good doers. And verily, the reward of the hereafter is better for those who believed and have taqwa, and have or had taqwa. So we covered the previous part of the story, Yusuf alayhi salam in prison, and now after suffering so much, after being in the well, lonely, then being in the hands of strangers for a period of time, then being in prison, finally he gets out, and now he has authority. Now he is a person of power. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala turned the tables. So now this is the section that we're covering now. So this is like a turning point, and now he was vulnerable, and now he is in power. He is in authority. So let us have someone read ayah 58 in Arabic, inshallah, and then someone prepare yourself to read the meaning in English.
وجاء إخوة يوسف فدخلوا عليه فعرفهم وهم له منكرون.
English.
And came the brothers of Yusuf and appeared before him. He recognized them while they did not recognize him.
59. ولما Who can read 59?
بجهازهم قال ائتوني بأخ لكم من أبيكم ألا ترون أني أوفي الكيل وأنا خير المنزلين.
The meaning of 59, inshallah.
And when he had furnished them with provisions according to their need, he said, bring me a brother of yours from your father. He meant Benjamin. See you not that I gave full measure and that I am best of the host.
Great. Next, 60, please. In the ولا تقربون. No. English, please. Somebody read.
But if you bring him not to me, there shall be no measure of corn for you with him, nor shall you come near me.
Good. Ayah 61.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. قالوا سنراود عنه أباء وإنا لفاعلون.
You ready? You ready to English? Okay, read it, inshallah.
They said, we shall certainly seek to get our wish about him from his father. Indeed, we shall do it.
MashaAllah. You just, how long you been in America? Let me ask you.
2 months.
MashaAllah, I'm going to go to Pakistan to learn better English. Very good, MashaAllah. Mabruk, great job. MashaAllah. Next, 62. وقال
قالوا بضاعتهم لحالهم لعلهم يرجعونها إذا انقلبوا إلى أهلهم لعلهم يرجعون.
Okay. The meaning, inshallah? 62.
And he said, Yusuf said to his boys, put their goods in the camel packs. Perhaps they will recognize it when they go back to their family. Perhaps they will come again.
Excellent. So now we go to 63, 64, 65, and 66, inshallah. Okay, 63.
فَلَمَّا رَجَعُوا إِلَىٰ أَبِيهِمْ قالوا يا أبانا منع من القيل فأرسل
منع منا
القيل فأرسل معنا أخانا نكتل وإنا له لحافظون.
He's going to translate. Go ahead, you read.
63.
63.
Now when they returned to their father, they said, "O our father, no more measure of bread shall we get unless we take our brother. So send our brother with us, that we may get our measure, and we will
MashaAllah. That's natural. Can somebody translate that? MashaAllah.
Quick, read the meaning and then come out so we can play.
Oh, MashaAllah. That's good. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. MashaAllah. He said, hurry up, finish and let's go. MashaAllah. Good. The next ayah, 63, 64.
I think translation, right?
Translation, yeah. Read it again. Is he coming again?
He finished the.
Okay, finish, yeah. Good. 64, inshallah. Arabic. قال هل
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال هل آمنكم عليه إلا كما أمنتكم على أخيه من قبل فالله خير حافظا وهو أرحم الراحمين.
English?
He said, can I entrust him to you, except as I entrusted his brother, Joseph to you, aforetime. But Allah is the best to guard, and He is the most merciful of those who show mercy.
MashaAllah, good. Good. 65? Anybody, Bismillah, so that we can...
فلما فتحوا متاعهم ووجدوا
بداعتهم
ردت عليهم قالوا يا أبانا ما نبغي هذه بداعتنا ردت علينا ونمير خاننا وطاعوا
وَنَحْفَظُ.
Mixing of the dots.
No, it's okay. وَنَزْدَادُ. Jade. Somebody, 65, please.
Then when they opened their baggage, they found their stock in trade had been returned to them. They said, O our father, what more can we desire? This is our stock in trade has been returned to us. So we shall get more food for our family. We shall take care of our brother and add at the same time a full camel's load of grain to our provision. This is but a small quantity.
Good. 65. Anybody? 66. قال لن أرسله.
قال لن أرسله معكم حتى تؤتوني موثقا من الله لا تأتونني به إلا أن يحاط بكم. فلما آتوه موثقهم قال الله على ما نقول وكيل.
In the translation,
Jacob said, I will not send him with you until you swear a solemn oath to me in Allah's name, that you will bring him back to me unless you are yourself surrounded by enemies. And when they swore their solemn oath, he said, Allah is the witness to what we have said.
Good. MashaAllah. Okay. Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulullah. So Yusuf's brothers traveled to Egypt. They were from a land called Canaan. And Canaan is in Jerusalem, in Palestine. Right, Canaan. So it's far. That's where they live. Because Yaqub alayhi salam, one of Yaqub's names what? Israel. Allah named him Israel. That's the name of that's why, what do we call the children of Yaqub? Bani Israel. The children of Israel, right? See? So it's good to know that those names. So Yaqub alayhi salam lived in that land. But that's a people. So the land is Palestine. The land, even biblical, when you look at the Bible, and in the Bibles, some Bibles in the front cover have the biblical maps. And in the biblical map is named Palestine. In the map, in the Bible. So this is something. Now the people were Bani Israel. The people were Bani Israel. So here, after the 7 years of abundance, that's when Yusuf alayhi salam was appointed the one in charge of the stores. And therefore, when the drought reached, and when it reached the area of Canaan, Yaqub alayhi salam found out that in Egypt they were giving out food. So he sent his children, and the Emir, or the Aziz, the Aziz is a title. The Aziz is a position. So the Aziz of the stores, the person in charge was Yusuf alayhi salam. That's why sometimes they give the nickname Yusuf, the Prince of Egypt. Right? Yusuf, the Prince of Egypt, because he was the Aziz in charge of that. And also because of Allah's favor upon him, of giving him beauty. Right? So then, when they came, Yusuf alayhi salam managed efficiently the food, the stores. And what he did is that he himself led by example, and he would only take 1 meal a day in order to have more for the people. So even those that were working, that were leaders, they themselves had to limit their intake as well. So Yusuf alayhi salam showed the simplicity, even though he had a position, that he also wanted the best for the people. So now the brothers enter upon Yusuf, and they come to Egypt, because they knew that in Egypt was where the supplies were, the food supplies. And they were ordered by their father. So they go and they take some bid'ah. Bid'ah is wealth. Is not only like bid'ah. Bid'atan is money mixed with property. So they brought anything that they could, that they can trade, that they can sell for an exchange of food. So they brought money and they brought goods, right? So here, and they came to this land, and the ones that came were 10 of them. So Yusuf alayhi salam, in total there were 12 children of Yaqub alayhi salam. 2 of them were from a mother, and the other 10 were from another mother, right? The 2 from a mother was Yusuf and Binyamin, right? The 2 youngest one. And the other 10 were from the other mother, and those are the 10 that plotted against Yusuf. So these 10, which were the oldest were the one that was sent to Egypt to acquire food. Yaqub alayhi salam, he still wanted to fill that void that Yusuf left, so he kept Binyamin with him. Right now Yusuf is not there, so Binyamin took that place. When they enter upon, in Ayah 58, when it says, and Yusuf's brethren came and they entered upon him, and he recognized them, but they recognized him not. Now when you look at verse 15, right? When you look at verse 15 in the Tafsir ibn Kathir, Amshad is page 144. It says, فَلَمَّا ذَهَبُوا بِهِ. Listen carefully. Look at the verb. فَلَمَّا ذَهَبُوا بِهِ. فَلَمَّا ذَهَبُوا بِهِ. In this ayah, in ayah 58, وَجَاءَ إِخْوَةُ يُوسُفَ فَدَخَلُوا عَلَيْهِ. They entered in his presence, right? فَدَخَلُوا عَلَيْهِ. Now the brothers are entering in the presence of Yusuf. Before, فَلَمَّا ذَهَبُوا بِهِ. They took Yusuf. فَلَمَّا ذَهَبُوا بِهِ وَأَجْمَعُوا أَن يَجْعَلُوهُ. And they gathered together. Ajma'u here, it doesn't mean that they just gathered, is that they have a consensus. Ijma'. They have a consensus that made a decision that they're going to get rid of Yusuf. وَأَجْمَعُوا أَن يَجْعَلُوهُ, to place him. To place him فِي غَيَابَةِ الْجُبِّ. Okay, so throw him in the well. But now what does it say? أَوْحَيْنَا إِلَيْهِ. And we revealed to him as a child. لَتُنَبِّئَنَّهُمْ بِأَمْرِهِمْ هَذَا. You will inform them about this. You will inform them about this. وَهُمْ لَا يَشْعُرُونَ. And they will be unaware. They will not realize it. They will not realize it. يشعرون. Shara, right? شعرت بألم. I felt it. They will not feel it. They will not recognize it. Right? So here, so you see how this is what Allah tells, how Allah comforts Yusuf when he is thrown into the well. Allah is comforting him. He's by himself. وَأَوْحَيْنَا. We inspired him, saying that you will inform them. لَتُنَبِّئَنَّهُمْ بِأَمْرِهِمْ هَذَا. You will inform them about this affair. And they will not know. So now the tables turn. Right? Now there is desperation. There is a drought. Right? There is a drought. There is a famine. And here on verse 58 it says, when the Prophet Yusuf's brothers entered on him in his court, and he was the center of authority. He knew them the minute he saw them. He knew them the minute he saw them. However, they did not recognize him because they got rid of him when he was still young. And they sold him to the caravan of travelers. Right? Because they said, they both denied. The brothers denied that he was their brother. And Yusuf even denied. He didn't say anything because he said, if I say that they're my brothers, then they will end up killing me. Right? So he wanted to prevent. So he preferred to be in the hands of strangers than in the hands of his brothers. So they sold him while unaware of their destination. They could not have imagined that where Yusuf would end up. And this is why they did not recognize him. So Yusuf started talking to his brothers and asked them, what brought you to my land? They said, "Oh Aziz, we came to buy provisions." He asked them, you might be spies. So now he's saying, like, I don't trust you. Right? You might be spies. They said, Allah forbid. He asked, where are you from? Now they have to prove that they're trustworthy. So what did they use? What do they use? What do they use to prove that they're trustworthy? Their father. Their family. I am the son of Yaqub, who's the Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam, who's the son of Prophet Ishaq, who's the son of Prophet Ibrahim. Isn't that sufficient enough to have so you can trust me? Right? So they're smart, but Yusuf alayhi salam wanted them to identify themselves. So Yusuf said, where are you from? They said, from Canaan. And our father is a lost prophet, Yaqub. And he asked them, does he have other children? Right? Does he have other children besides you? They said, yes. We were 12 brothers. Our youngest died. Right? In the desert. And he used to be the dearest to his father. Right? His full brother is alive. And his father kept him. So that his closeness compensates for losing the youngest brother who died. Yusuf ordered for his brothers to be honored and allowed them to remain for some time. فَلَمَّا جَهَّزَهُمْ بِجِهَازِهِمْ. And we furnished them with provision. We spoiled them, right? We spoiled them for a little bit. We let them enjoy their stay. So according to their needs. And then, once he gave them what they wanted, أَلَا تَرَوْنَ أَنِّي. Then he asked them for the brothers. So this is the verse 59. When he furnished their provision, he said, in the Ibn Kathir, in the tafsir, it doesn't say the full verse. I rather use the full verse, which is when it says, وَلَمَّا جَهَّزَهُمْ بِجِهَازِهِمْ قَالَ here, ائتوني is a فعل أمر. ائتوني بأخ لكم is a command. Bring me. ائتوني أنتم. ائتوني, bring me your brother. أخ لكم من أبيكم, from your father. Bring me your brother. And then now he's saying, look, because every person that came, so 10 of them came, So each one will get a load of food. Right? They can't get a load for the brother that's absent. He has to come. It's similar to these restaurants. Like for example, Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A has free breakfast, right? They have free breakfast.
Every day?
On Wednesdays. Right? They have free breakfast on Wednesday.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what they do? They check your car. If you say 6, they will say, can you open the window? Right? So you can say, can I have one for my wife? You can't. No. She has to come. Right? Right? She has to come, right? So there's some restaurants that do that.
Today's Wednesday.
Yeah. So they have to. So when I read this, I thought about it because you see the commercials and all that. You see the commercials. You have to be ahead of time, right? So the same thing. Yusuf. See, you can say Chick-fil-A got it from the story of Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam. Right? You can say this is in the Quran that Yusuf said we cannot give you breakfast you cannot give you your needs unless you bring your brother. And then Yusuf alayhi salam convinced him and said, أَلَا تَرَوْنَ أَنِّي أُوفِي الْكَيْلَ وَأَنَا خَيْرُ الْمُنزِلِينَ. See you not that I give full measure and that I am the best of hosts? Because he spoiled them. So now they're happy, they're satisfied. And now he also gave them their load. And now he said, if you bring your brother, we will give you more. But they brought all of their goods. They brought all that they had in order to buy food. So that means that they don't have other to get other load. Let's come back when that food finishes. And right? So therefore, he said, he threatened, he said, encouraging them to return to him. He said, return to me. And he then threatened them. He says, فَإِن لَمْ تَأْتُونِي بِهِ فَلَا كَيْلَ لَكُمْ عِنْدِي. If you don't bring your brother, you're not going to have any more provision from me. So even if your food runs out, even if all 10 of you come, none of you are getting provision. So he threatened them. No measure you have. You come with your brother, Binyamin.
His little brother.
His little brother, yes. And and you shall not be able to come near me. You shall not be able to come near me. قالوا سنراود عنه أباه وإنا لفاعلون. Now they said, قالوا, they said, not قال. You know, sometimes in the Quran it will tell you, and one of them said, amongst them, right? Here it says, قالوا, 3 or more said. That means they all said, right? قالوا, and they said, we shall try to get permission from our father, from his father. Min abahu, from the father of the child. And verily, wa inna lafa'ilun, and we shall verily do it. Verily do what? We shall verily try. It doesn't mean that they're going to do it, that they're going to succeed. They said, we will try. Wa inna lafa'ilun. They're trying to convince them that they what was the first thing that Yusuf alayhi salam said to them? That I don't trust you. You may be spies. Now they're trying to show. Inna means certainty. We will surely do it, right? So they will try their best to bring Binyamin just to show that they're truthful. وَقَالَ لِفِتْيَانِهِ and Yusuf said, to some young servants of his. اجعلوا بضاعتهم, put their merchandise, their money, their property, put it, whatever they paid for that food, for each load, put it back. في رحالهم. في رحالهم, here it translated into their bags, but they didn't have bags. They had the saddle bags. They had the bags that they put the load of camels, right? What a camel can carry. That's a bag. It's not a Walmart bag. It's a big bag, right? Right. So he says, "Ij'alu bida'atuhum," put their money, their merchandise, their property, fi rihalihim, into their bags, while they're unaware, right? While they are unaware. So basically, if he is spoiling them, are the camels sitting with them while they're eating? No, they're outside, right? So while they are unaware, and I'm spoiling them here, do that. Put their money and their merchandise back in their bags, but that keep them unaware. Make sure that they don't know, so that they didn't know. So now the reason being is because Yusuf knew that they wouldn't be able to come back because they didn't have the money to come back to get more food. So he gave them that merchandise so that when they go with a full load of food, and then they will tell their father, look, we got the full load and we got more money to be able to go back and get more. Right? So now look at how this Aziz treated us. He was so generous, Kareem, right? That he asked us one thing, to bring our brother Benjamin. See, Allah said when he reached maturity, He gave him what? Hukm ilman, wisdom and knowledge. So throughout the story, you get to see the wisdom of Yusuf alayhi salam. The wisdom in prioritizing, the wisdom in dawah, right? When he was in prison, the first thing that he taught when they asked him for advice, you ask me for advice, you should know what is my creed. What do I believe? Right? So that you know that whatever I advise you is from Allah. It's not. So he proclaimed the oneness of Allah. Now, they return. فَلَمَّا, now comes more. Now we're going to go back to the story, to the beginning, and how it's connected. Right? So here, فَلَمَّا رَجَعُوا إِلَىٰ أَبِيهِمْ, when they returned to their father. قَالُوا, they said. And his emphasis is not, see, if we just read it like this, يَا أَبَانَا, no. قَالُوا يَا أَبَانَا, oh our father, they're making some emphasis, right? Because in, how many letters is that med?
5.
Right? How many?
3 to 5.
3 to 5, okay? And then the med lazim, the one from Waladdaleen that has a shadda afterwards is 6, right? Okay, so here, 3 to 5, that means that's how many letters? 3 to 5 letters, right? In Arabic, there is a rule, ziyadat al-mabna, ziyadat al-ma'na. If there is an increase in the composition of the word, that means that there is an increase in the meaning. So it's not in vain. So when he says, Ya Abana, he's, oh, our father, right? Muni'a minna al-kayl, right? Oh, our father, no more measure of grain shall we get. See, now they start, also they have wisdom, right? They start with the negative. Like when they came, Father, you don't trust us, you don't believe us, right? They have wisdom. Muni'a minna al-kaylu فَأَرْسِلْ مَعَنَا أَخَانَا. Send with us our brother. Now they're including him. It's not أَخَاهُ, because when the brothers were talking to Yusuf, you heard what they said? What did they say? They said, قَالُوا سَنُرَاوِدُ عَنْهُ أَبَاهُ. We will try with his father. You see? He's talking to Yusuf. They think they're talking to a stranger. We will try with his father to let him come. Now here they're talking to Yusuf, to Yaqub, alayhi salam, to their father. فَأَرْسِلْ مَعَنَا أَخَانَا. Send our brother, right? Send our brother. He's our beloved brother, right? نَكْتَلْ. Right? So send our brother with us, so that we can get our measure. وَإِنَّ لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. We shall guard him, protect him. So here he says, O our father, no measure of grain will we get unless we bring our brother Benjamin. And then what did they say? We shall inna wa inna lahu lahafidun. And verily, we will be for him our protector. And this is the same thing they said for Yusuf alayhi salam. أرسله معنا غدا يرتع ويلعب وإنا له لحافظون. Send him tomorrow with us so that he can play and enjoy. This is ayah 12. Send him with us so that he can play and enjoy. وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. And we will protect him. We will take care of him. But look what he says. So here, Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam said, هَلْ آمَنُكُمْ عَلَيْهِ. Can I entrust you with him? إِلَّا كَمَا أَمِنْتُكُمْ عَلَىٰ أَخِيهِ مِنْ قَبْلِ. Can I entrust you with him again? Can I entrust you with him? Except as I entrusted you with his brother in the past. So he asked them, will you do to him except what you did to Yusuf when you took him away from me and separated him from me? Now what does he say? Yaqub alayhi salam said, فَاللَّهُ خَيْرٌ حَافِظًا. But Allah is the best protector. Right? They said, وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. They said, okay, Allah is the best protector. وَهُوَ أَرْحَمُ الرَّاحِمِينَ. And He is the most merciful. Right? The most merciful to show mercy. So Yaqub alayhi salam said, Allah has the most mercy with me and among those who show mercy. He is compassionate with me for my old age, feebleness, and eagerness for my son, for Yusuf. Invoke Allah to return him to me, and to allow him and I to be together. For surely He is the most merciful of those who show mercy. So this is the dialogue, right? Now comes when they open their bags. When they open their bags, when they opened their bags and they found the food and the merchandise. And they said, oh Father, what more can we desire? This is our merchandise. It was returned to us by the Aziz. He gave us the sufficient load and returned to us our money and our wealth, our property, right? But the Aziz, Yusuf, know that this is going to his household, right? So he's taking care of his family as well, right? So he said, so we should get more food for our family. وَنَمِيرُ أَهْلَنَا, so that we can get more. If we can get more for our family if you send our brother with us next time to buy food. And we will protect him. And we will protect him. So Yusuf, and that, ذَلِكَ كَيْلٌ يَسِيرٌ, and this quantity is easy for the king. He has so much. He reserves so much food that it's easy for him to give us our load. So Yaqub alayhi salam said, قَالَ لَنْ أُرْسِلَهُ مَعَكُمْ. Here he used lan. There's something else, lam. Right? Lam, if he said lam أرسله معكم, meaning lam, I will definitely not send him with you. Lam is definite. Definitely not. For example, when you say وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ, and there is none comparable to Allah, that's definite. Lan can mean no, I would not send them, but there's a possibility. So when you hear lan in the Quran, there is no, but there's a possibility. For example, هل تذهب إلى المسجد؟ لن أذهب. But that lan is, there's a possibility. I might change my mind. Right? So here he says, قال لن أرسله معكم حتى, until. Right? Until تؤتوني موثقا من الله, until you swear. موثقا, ثقة is certainty. Right? موثقا here is until you give me you make an oath to Allah that gives me certainty that you will keep your word. Thiqa, this is certainty, right? So then they فَلَمَّا آتَوْهُ مَوْثِقَهُمْ, and when they had sworn their solemn oath, they swore a solemn oath, then Yaqub alayhi salam said, Allahu ala ma naqulu, and they said, Allahu ala ma naqulu wakil, Allah is the witness to what we have said. Right? So they swore an oath. So Yaqub did this because he had no choice but to send them, because they were going to run out of food and they had to send to acquire food. So he had no choice but to send Benjamin, because the one providing them the food requested it. So now he said, okay, take him. You swore a solemn oath that you will take care of him, right? And then he said, unless you get overtaken, right? You get surrounded by some enemies and something happens, that's the only way that he would excuse. So inshallah, next section, ayah 67 to 76. Yusuf alayhi salam reunites with his brother Binyamin. Yusuf alayhi salam reunites with his brother Binyamin, and there's a whole different plots. Yes?
It's a question from the beginning. When the brothers came back and told their dad that the animal attacked Yusuf, the father knew they were lying about that. Why didn't he question them further about it?
No, he told them, but he knows that what he said was fasabrun jamil. Patience is better, more fitting, because Allah knew that because Yaqub knew that there was a plan from Allah for the fulfillment of the dream of Yusuf alayhi salam. But Yusuf had to go through all of that trajectory to get where he is, right? For the tables to turn. Yes.
Qalu is for the plural?
Yes. Qalu, qala 1, qala 2, qalu 3 or more.
Oh, qala is 2?
Yeah, qala, lam, just with a lam. But then qala, lam, alif. Yeah, that's 2. And qalu, 3 or more, plural. So it's qala, qalu, yes.
In the 64th ayah, Yaqub says, Allahu khayrun hafidun. Typically it'd be that, Allahu khayrun hafidin. So what's the implication between the difference between hafidun?
Allah is the best. So He Allah best of protectors. There's no protectors better than Allah. Hafidin, Hafidah is only about Allah. Allah is the best protector. You see, so it's really highlighting that. And
then He says right in the next, right after that, Wahuwa Arhamur Rahimin.
And He is the merciful, the most merciful. Because Yaqub alayhi salam is going through, he has this trauma since he lost Yusuf alayhi salam. So he's still always relying on Allah, going back to Allah. He lost his sight, he's of age, and now his other son is asked to be taken away from him. Right? That will make it worse. Right? That will make it worse. Now, that son is going to go too. And the brothers are going to come back. Right? So that time of separation between, like for example, we try to safeguard our children, right? We try to keep them within our home. One day out. Even the first day of work, right? We're like trying to help them not lose their job, but we're sending messages. Call me at this time, right? And then did you eat? What did you eat? Did you eat all of the food? Did you drink? Right? We're always trying to safeguard our children and make sure when they come home that they have food and so on. And right? So imagine the time that Yusuf alayhi salam had to be separate from his dear children. Right? From Yusuf alayhi salam, so that's something that we have to try to put ourselves in the parent mode and see how difficult it is, and if it wasn't, and this is the prophets, the level of test that the prophets get is the greatest, because the Prophet ﷺ said, those that are tested the most are the prophets, and then those that come after them and after them. So the ones that were tested the most in trial were the prophets. So that's why Allah sent them, so that when we look at their lives, we see our trials as nothing, as minimum. Like we see our trials as like the trial of Lut alayhi salam. The wife disobeyed. Nuh, the wife disobeyed. They're the first to enter hellfire. That's a big test. Yeah. Right? The trial of the wife of Fir'aun. Right? Now she will go to paradise, but she was tortured. She was going to be tortured. She was tortured, but she was going to be thrown on a stone. And what happened? Allah ordered for her soul to go. So when they threw the stone, they threw it at her lifeless body. Right? But she saw the house in paradise. And she said, save me from my husband. Save me from his actions. This is a big test for those who believe. So can somebody make the adhan for me, inshallah? We have any other questions, inshallah?
So Hafidah is just singular.
Yes. Hafidah. And the word Hafid has multiple meanings as well, right? Right? Hafid, Allah, Hafid, angels, Hafid, the intellect. Barakallah fi. Subhanakallah wa bihamdika.